So if you're interested in Radiologic Technologist as a career, and you're wondering for some other Radiologic Technologists, what were their career interests when they were in 8th grade, 12th grade, and who was that individual who steered them most towards being a Radiologic Technologist, then you've come to the right place. Hey guys, I'm Brian Nett from Radiologyworks.com. We have bite-sized content for those in the radiology field, and we've got 5 technologists that volunteered their time quickly to give you their feedback on these important questions. So the first question we asked our technologists is, what was the career you were going to go into when you were in 8th grade at the 8th grade career fair?
So when I was in 8th grade, I had a binder and I would just write all different types of careers and descriptions in this binder, and it was like flight attendant, this, that. So I wanted to be a lot of things when I was in 8th grade, but mostly a doctor.
When I was in 8th grade, I wanted to get into anything athletics, so coaching, professional athlete, athletic training, didn't really matter, I just wanted to be on a field.
My 8th grade plans. So in 8th grade, I've always wanted to be a high school coach, football coach, girls coach, track coach, volleyball coach, it didn't matter. I've always wanted to be a coach. I think I was motivated by my coaches whenever I was in school.
In the 8th grade, I actually wanted to work with people or with horses.
In 8th grade, no idea. I was really into sports, music, anything that I could try that was exciting and new.
And then the next question we asked is, in 12th grade, what was the career that you thought you wanted to go into?
In 12th grade, I also wanted to be a doctor, but I knew my grades weren't that great, and I was just researching schools and doing different things, and then I went kind of a different path.
And in 12th grade, my major going into undergrad was pre-physical therapy.
And then in 12th grade, my goal was to be a coach and a teacher. And yeah, that was my plan, because I found out to be a coach, you had to be a teacher too if you were in high school in a secondary level.
When I got to 12th grade, I had some accidents. My horse or on rollerblades, where I broke my wrist a few times. And one of the times I was in a small town with a very small hospital where they took an x-ray of my wrist, and I was the one who actually saw the fracture. And from there on out, I thought that something with x-rays could be very interesting.
I still didn't really have a plan. I knew I wanted to go to college to research and learn and figure out new things. So I went to college, got a liberal arts degree in art, and music and science were some of my focuses.
And then the final question for today that we asked is, who was that individual that steered you most towards the field of radiology and towards being a technologist?
Actually, my life influenced me to become a radiographer and technologist because I got hurt a lot as a child. I broke my foot once, I broke my arm twice. I'm pretty sure I broke something else. I've had to get ultrasounds and different things, and that's why I've had so much experience in what they do, because I grew up with them.
My mom told me about that if you wanted to do x-rays, she knew a radiographer. From there on, I actually got in touch with our local hospital here in Kolding, where I live in Denmark.
Just what I saw in observation, I observed for a day or two, learning all about x-ray and respiratory and different careers in the medical field, and I found x-ray to meld both my skills with science and education and art.
X-ray really just fell into my lap, but I would say the most influential person on my journey was my uncle, who was an ER physician. I knew I wanted to get into the healthcare field, but didn't know what career path to take, and he really helped me decide on radiology.
Actually, that happened by accident. Me becoming an X-ray tech was just a complete fluke. I went to the Army recruiter and I was like, hey, look, I have a degree, and I know that means I don't have to start at the bottom. I can be an officer. And the recruiter was like, nah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be an officer. You want to be enlisted first. I let him took me. And I was like, whatever it is, I just need to go now. I need to get away. And most people have those similar, or in a similar situation. They want to get away from the boyfriends, girlfriends, their current living situation, whatever it is. They just need to get away. They need to go today, now. When's their first shipment date? And he told me that these jobs that he had based on my scores, and I told him no thanks. I don't want to do any of those jobs. So I started walking out, and he was like, wait, sir. We have X-ray. And I was like, oh, that's great. I don't know anything about X-ray. I never even thought about that. And then, bam, X-ray Tech was my job for the United States Army.
So of course you didn't know what you wanted to do when you were in 8th grade. Most likely you didn't know what you wanted to do when you were in 12th grade. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer in 8th grade, and then in 12th grade, I thought I wanted to be a high school teacher. I ended up being an engineer. I really like working on medical equipment. I also like teaching technologists about the physics of how the scanners work. So if that sounds good to you, click below on subscribe and then click on the little bell icon so you can get notified. We have some more coming up in this series, and we also have other educational videos about the physics behind how the radiology equipment works. We try and make that fun.